Hey guys, welcome to the Busy Bug Homestead. So today we're planting cucumbers, and I'm not 100% sure that the way I'm planning on planting these cucumbers is going to actually work. I have this hillside right here. You see how it kind of slopes straight down, and I have this fence, and I don't want to waste the space, so I'm thinking I'm going to... The tiny humans are outside with me today, so if you hear the squeaking, that's them. I'm thinking I'm going to clear all these weeds out here, cut down this grass, and then use my auger to aug some holes all the way up to the top, and then inside those holes I'm going to put compost and some soil, like kind of what I did with the blackberries, and then I'm going to drop my seeds in there. Now our temperatures for nighttime are supposed to be getting into the 50s, so it's perfect timing for planting this kind of stuff because we're going to be hitting the 80s this week, and then we might go back down to the 60s for a little bit, but our nighttime temperatures are going to stay in the 50s. So by the time these things germinate, it'll be perfectly fine for them to be out in the air at night. And so I'm thinking about getting an early jump on it. Technically, we are at our last frost date according to the Farmer's Almanac. Now I've been watching the 10-day forecast. Last year we passed our frost date, and then we got that really cold snap. So I am being pretty cautious about that. And then my biggest obstacle with my cucumbers being in that corner is that little doggy right there who has already dug, got caught in my netting that I put up to keep him from digging in my flower area. Okay, so before I get too far into the cucumber thing, I do want to talk about the varieties because I'm going to speed through the planting of the cucumbers in this video because I don't think it's very interesting. I'm going to dig a hole, I'm going to pop the seed in, I'm going to put the soil in, pop the seed in, and that's going to be pretty much it until they grow. So the varieties that I have, I got the, I believe they're called cucamelons, the Mexican sour gherkins. So we're pretty excited about that. I don't know if these are going to go up on the hill. I haven't decided yet. I intended these for my trellis, but right now my peas are going up the trellis in the garden area, so we'll see. And then I have some packs from last year that I just picked up at a big box store. They're already open. This is the National Pickling. These were fantastic last year. We got so many pickles out of these. And then I've also got the Tender Green. So those are what I'm going to be putting on. The first two that are open, that's what's going to be going on that fence. And then if I run out of seeds, I'll add some of the cucamelons in because I was planning on putting those in the vegetable garden. All right, so it's a new day. This is where I left off. So I finished digging the trench. I'm going to apply some extra soil to the top. I wasn't sure what to put on there. I was originally thinking just straight compost. I don't know a whole lot about soil and soil fertility. I'm learning a lot about that this year.
Mom, how weird. Shovel?
So I asked the people at the local garden center because learning about the soil is one of my things for this year. I really want to kind of understand more about it and not just buy what says bag soil to plant directly in.
Wait.
Honey, you're not, no, not here. You can't plant watermelon here. Because that's not a place for watermelon. So I asked the guys at the local garden center and they helped me out. So let me show you what they gave me. So,
Peanut butter, jelly, Snapdragon.
so they recommended going with this potting soil mixed with a compost manure.
Watermelons.
Ingrid. And then also there is a bag of mushroom compost down there too. So I went with their recommendation, and this actually for 1 cubic foot bags was a lot cheaper than buying it at a big box store. This is my local garden center up the road. So I went with their recommendation and hopefully it's going to work out for us. So I'm going to mix this up in my cart here, and then we're going to go spread it up on the hill and kind of just hill them up just a little bit to put the cucumbers in. And then this one right here wants to go plant watermelons because we weren't intending on doing watermelons this year. I can't eat them. I'm allergic. And her daddy does not care for watermelons all that much. But she wants to plant watermelons, so we're going to go for it. All right, so I'm going to start down here at the bottom of the fence and work my way up. Although I'm being informed it'll be easier to work my way up back down, but I don't want to pull the wagon up that hill, so if this don't work then I'll try that. But I'm only doing a shallow hill along the fence line to put the cucumbers in because I want them to root down into the clay, but I want to give them something to start in. Much just making a burrow all the way up the top, and then I'm going to come back in alongside of it with wood chips to kind of hold it in place, and then once the plants start growing I will put a light layer of shredded mulch, probably not the thick wood chips that I have around the property, but I'm just going to go all the way up to the top and then we're going to plant seeds. The light's not fantastic, but I did get it all the way up to the top. I didn't film doing it all the way up to the top because we're in direct sun right above here. This is the south corner of our property, so it wasn't fantastic lighting, so I just didn't film the whole thing. But I went all the way to the top, and there is going to be, the first panel is going to be cucamelons, the little Mexican sour gherkin cucumbers. We're going to do the pickling cucumbers in the center panel, and then we're going to do the bigger cucumbers, the tender green, on the very end.
I just put my watermelons in there.
Okay.
And
then at the top of the hill, Ingrid put little hills while I was up there doing other stuff of her watermelons, so they cascade down the hill. Not really sure how we're going to keep the dog out of it. I'm still working on that plan. So I'm just going to guess at a lot of this because I can't find my yardstick. The kids were playing with it. So I'm just going to make little holes and hope for the best. A fly's trying to fly in my ear. Lovely. I am going to do cucumber, marigold, and all the way down. And that is that. I'm going to cover these up, water them in, and that's going to be the beginning of our cucumber hill. Maybe that'll be its name. I don't know. But I do expect that I will have to pull weeds out of here because I put really nice, fresh, healthy compost on top of where there used to be weeds, plus the grass on the top from the mower. We'll probably throw some weed seeds in here. It's no big deal. Find a creative way to keep the dog off of it, but all three of these fence panels are now going to grow cucumbers. I think I had 6 plants per panel. Should produce quite a bit of food. And I'm just gonna give them a nice watering with the watering can, not the hose, because, well, actually, maybe the hose would be better. Maybe I'll do the hose on a very light trickle to saturate it down. That compost should hold in place, and I'm gonna put the mulch alongside of it, not today, because it's getting late. I'm gonna put the mulch alongside of it to hopefully anchor it in. And then also when that fills in with grass, I will let the grass go straight to the edge. So, all right, so thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry the sun is directly in my face. Thank you so much for joining me while I was planting my cucumbers today, and I will come back for updates to see how they're doing. I will even update you if the entire hill washes away in the next rainstorm and I've completely failed, because failure is part of the deal. Sometimes it happens, and if you don't document it, it doesn't make it not happen, it just means you didn't document it. So and Ingrid planted her watermelon.
I planted my watermelon.
So she's pretty excited for that, and I'm hoping that those work too. The only issue is going to really be is the rain, if the rain causes problems, and also the dog. I got to figure out how to keep the dog out of there. So we're going to go work on that. All right, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you for our next project.